Oh, it's going. Hello! So we're at Edinburgh Manor in Iowa. So we wanted to give you guys a tour and let you know again where we're staying. We were actually here last night and we're going to be here again tonight. It's really cold, so I'm trying to stay as still as possible so that way it's not shaky. And then I have Bridget here with me.
Hi.
And Trent. And then two of the other group members aren't here right now. They went to go get some food. So we're going to go live without them. So I'm actually going to have Bridget talk about the history of the place because I don't know it very well, but she does. So go for it, Bridget.
Okay, so basically all you guys need to know, this building is not the original building. This was actually a poor farm back in the 1800s. Well, actually it started as a house that they were considering to be the new capital until they moved it. In which case the land was donated to a poor farm. So for people that aren't familiar with that, basically they sent poor people, disabled people, elderly folks, basically the insane, anyone that people didn't want to deal with, to basically work here for free. That also meant that their living conditions were not great. So you can probably assume that there's a lot of abuse, not great living conditions, and really for the most part people being worked to death. There is actually pretty ancient headstones that are right down the road, not too far.
They're buried down right under that sign. You can barely see it.
Yep.
I thought about starting the video over there and walking this way, but it's a little bit of a walk.
Just a little bit. So you can also assume that while we do have at least 80 documented deaths on the land, that a lot of it was not documented, which means that there could be any number of bodies that are buried under the land. So basically what happened beyond that is that in about 1910, 1911, they actually bulldozed the structure and they rebuilt it in 1912. And it was basically an insane asylum up until about 2010, 2012. So fairly recently it was actually in operation. And after that, it was actually put up for a silent bid where Cindy bought the land. She is the lovely woman who gave us a tour here. And she told us that basically she didn't even know the history of the land, about how many people died here. She just bought it because she wanted to conserve the history, because this was actually going to be bulldozed as well so that they could just sell off the property. And she didn't know anything about like the people that had died here until her boyfriend was staying here and some weird stuff started happening. So that's where kind of the ghost hunting aspect came out of it, as far as the history and everything.
So this is the building. Tons of windows. And we're gonna go inside. Also, there's no heating in here, so
That's why we're bundled up.
yeah, it gets really cold. Okay, do you have a light? Okay, so this is the entry when you first walk in. This is kind of our little safe room. I'm not going to open it up because it's just kind of equipment and space heaters inside there. It's kind of just a little reception room in here.
This is running already.
I know, it's so cold. So then when you come in here, it's kind of like a little seating area. Try not to shiver. A little piano over here. This one was my favorite room. I actually hung out here today during the day. This is like a little porch area. Do you guys remember which side was the women's wing and which side was the men's wing?
It's women's wing on this side, so.
Okay, let's start this way.
And Cindy actually did tell us that while they had a women's wing and a men's wing, sometimes if people were being a little ornery, they would actually switch them up.
Some of these, like this was the kitchen. Some of these rooms I'm not going to go into much description because a lot of them were just rooms that people lived in when they lived here. I forget what this is. I think this was more of like the